Hello, you guys. Ah, So jacked to be here. I've got my pomegranate bevy. If you guys have your wine, beer, whatever you need. If you have any breastfeeding mamas or soon to be moms, do the bevy, lemon or pomegranate, because it has the brewer's yeast in it, which is super awesome for your milk production and all sorts of good stuff. So kind of let them know that this is something that will boost their milk supply or assist in boosting their milk supply. All right. Anyways, my name is Crystal. I am one of Carly's PS coaches from Team Rip to Rise. I am going to be talking to you guys a little bit about my struggle story. I'm going to try to keep that short and sweet, and then also go into not only in navigating your way through your struggle, but also once you get to the other side, taking massive action and being super excited to be there and why you're showing up every day. So a little bit about my struggle, kind of, I just had my first babes in August. So kind of know that that was a really big change in my life. So I have been coaching for actively for 1 year, a discount coach for 2 years, coming up here in this month, actually February. So that's just a little bit about me and my journey. And kind of what my struggle has been. So my struggle, there was struggle before Jonathan, and then there was a different kind of struggle, but it still kind of correlates together. So for example, I was very, very inconsistent. Like you never knew what kind of SC numbers I was going to hit. SC20, SC1 or 2, you never knew. And the reason being is that I would always show up for my workouts. I would always post my clips. I'd have a daily post about coaching or something along those lines. But those are basically the only two things I was consistent with. I was an Instagram coach, straight up. And there's 4 vitals, you guys. There's 4 things you need to do every single day to make this business move forward. If your goal is to be a part-time, full-time, any type of coach that's bringing in any kind of income for certain. So my struggle has always been inconsistency. Some days, some months, I would invite 3 people every day. That would be my minimum. It would be great. And then the next month, I would invite 3 people every 4 days, or I would invite 15 people once a week. So it was just very, very inconsistent with what I was doing, which meant very, very inconsistent results. So basically, what I kind of found was then my avatar, my person is very critical. So it's awesome that I was showing up every day, but I wasn't consistently showing up in their inbox or not consistently sharing this opportunity. Okay. And kind of being that that's where my background comes from, I know that that's who I need to speak with. That's who I need to support for my people. Um, so it's just once babes came, okay, I've always been the hardcore fitness mover, like, oh, I don't feel good. I'm gonna go for a run. I'm gonna do this crazy hit workout because that's what fills me up. That's what fuels me. Well, I'm 10 months pregnant. August 10th was my due date. Jonathan came August 29th. Surprise, even more of like a waiting teeter-tottery game, right? So as I'm sitting here kind of slowing that down, people are interested in my journey still. They're there, but it's a different kind of there, right? And then once Jonathan is born, I'm pretty much bedridden. I am my favorite thing, being strong. Like my favorite thing got taken away from me. I thought, that's kind of how I perceived it. And then once that happened, kind of the intense inconsistency shifted. But the problem with this inconsistency that was different than the other times was that I was inconsistent and I also didn't believe in myself because I didn't believe in my journey at all. Before this, even when I was inconsistent, I was just like, I'm a badass. I've got this, like, no problem. And now it was, I'm really, really broken. I'm so broken physically. Emotionally, I'm broken. I don't even know, like, was I not born to be a mother? Was this the wrong path? Did I mess up? Like, I was in such a dark place and I was still clawing my way out trying to show up. So I was kind of blanketing that behind workouts here and there. Invites weren't really a thing. I guess they were enough to kind of hit not your FC, but they were enough to get points on the board every month. It was just a really inconsistent time, and you can't really blame anyone but yourself. And at the same point, I can't really go back and think this is what I could have or should have done. Being such a traumatic journey that I experienced that I'm still like going through right now, I know that it was placed there for a purpose. But with that being said, if I could go back and avoid it, would I? Yes. If I could help you guys avoid it, will I? Yes. So these struggles don't have to happen, but they will. And if they don't happen this way, they'll happen your own way. So for me, that inconsistency and not being able to hit my minimum that I knew was attainable. And then at this point, I just started to doubt myself completely. So then change it up a little bit, getting consistent with my invites, slowly starting to come back, but coming back my way, breaking the barrier of my hardcore fitness and going back to the roots that started me in the first place was my yoga practice, was my family, my community. So kind of leaning in to those people. All right, so fast forward, we're in February. Okay, we're coming back up on our high. And what helped me kind of pursue through this? I changed my mind. I was going to make SC. I was going to move my business forward because I had big goals. I'm doing 12-week interval goals here, and I'm already 4 weeks in. So kind of getting creative is what really helped. But ultimately, the thing that fixed it, the thing that launched my business to kind of keep moving forward instead of rolling backwards, was this business activity tracker. All right, and I'm going to share my screen shortly, but I just kind of want to talk about how, and I'll do a paper one here too. But this business activity tracker is literally what you have to do every day to show up for your business to move it forward. This is it. There's no secret sauce. There's nothing special. The special part about it is that it's you. Like, people don't want this paper. People aren't signing up on this paper. People are signing up because you are a badass, and because you are reminding them of all of the things that not only come with Beachbody, but that come with you as their coach. So kind of moving back into your courageous self, because you are amazing. You're inspiring. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. Okay? Because inspiring people don't try to grow themselves. They don't try to do this business. Okay? All right. So I'm going to go into sharing my screen. We're going to break down the business activity tracker, how you just take that first step. And you can always pinpoint something that's specific to you. So for me, it's a specific song that I turn on because I'm going to start doing work, and usually work from the hardest to the easiest. So for most of us, inviting is our hardest thing. You do that first, just close it on that, and don't look at your inbox for a while. Do other stuff, right? Just get that part done. But for me, it's all about putting a song on, feeling like a badass, and moving forward. But I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully I don't have a ton of crap open here. And we're going to go through the new business activity tracker that is virtual. Excuse me, as well. Let's see where I'm at. Share my screen. There you are. All right. And so this is based on this paper form. So if you're a pen and paper girl, get it. What I'm most excited about this virtual one is that I can use this to kind of check off the boxes, but I ultimately am able to use my planner to implement all of these things, to track my people. Whereas here I had boxes, and I wasn't really interested in the actual boxing of it off because I needed to connect my people's faces with my follow-ups, with my invites. I needed to show up for the right reasons. So kind of pulling back to that, at this point, you should have already created your why. That's for a whole nother call, right? I'm literally just going through how struggles can kind of propel you to move past them. You will have struggles. If you haven't had a struggle yet, you'll have one. And once you do, it will grow your business even further. All right. So this is, here we are. So just playing around with this guy today. And then also, I'm just going to kind of touch through this. So your BAT, business activity tracker, is broken down into 4 categories, and you can see them right here. These are the 4 vital behaviors. This is the exact same way that the paper one is done, just set up here. So be proof the product works. Every day you're doing your workouts, or you're taking a scheduled rest day. And if you're taking a scheduled rest day, I challenge you to do some form of stretching or yoga. Go in, especially with Autumn's new stretching with the 9-week control freak, go in and do one of her bedtime. If you're not doing 9-week control freak, why not? I am not doing it because I can't do a plank yet because I'm working on that. I am 5 months postnatal, but I'm so excited to do it. And I'm super lucky that I have a husband that I can volunteer to do these things that I want to do. So Adam's been working it and kind of keeping me updated on all the awesome stuff. But anyways, when you take a scheduled rest day, do that stretch, because what you do, they follow. So basically anything that you do, you pretty much give others permission to take care of themselves too. Drink your Shakeo or other Beachbody nutritional supplements. For me, my stacks, my non-negotiable, daily Shakeology. If you haven't tried the oatmeal raisin cookie yet, do that. Vanilla vegan, the bomb. So Shakeology, the Recover Protein, like I mentioned, the Bevy. I am nursing right now, so that is important. And then Adam also takes the Bevy. He takes lemon. So we have to have both flavors in the house, which is fine. And then I always have pre-workout at home. Before Babes, I was a pre-workout junkie. Now that I'm off of caffeine still, Adam takes my pre-workout for me. He's so kind, right? So being proof the product work. This is the easy part for me. I guess I should say that. And when I say easy, simple enough. If you don't have time to do your workout, wake up 30 minutes earlier. If you don't have time to wake up 30 minutes earlier, do Transform 20 and wake up 20 minutes earlier. There is always something for everybody. I am a short workout girl, so when people write on my boot camp form that they want 45 minutes to an hour of workouts, one, I'm just like, holy shit, you're amazing. And two, I'm just like, I would rather die. All right. So being proof the product works. And this is the part that jacks you up. And then I always love to pair this with your personal development, because a lot of times people do not have or make the time to sit down and read or any of that. But this can be creative: audiobooks, podcasts, these kind of calls, things that are filling up your cup to remind you of how freaking inspiring and amazing you are. And then also what I'm finding lately is that these books are reminding me that my crazy is actually just being a human. Okay, I'm not the only one going through these things. I'm not the first mom that ever had a kid and was just like, oh my God, did we make the biggest mistake ever? But I also really love you. I'm so confused. Can I give you away to my sister so I can visit you on the weekends? Like, I'm not the first person to say these things. Sometimes I'm the first person in my friends group. That freaks people out a little bit. And then you just move on. Just move on. All right, so the first one and the last one, personal development. So this is all focusing on you. So kind of plugging that in and usually using these, right, all three together, or if you're gonna just choose one at least to do before your second step, which is the connection, the invites, and the follow-ups, because you want to pour belief into yourself so that you can in turn pour belief into others. If you don't believe in this program, if you don't believe in this coaching and believe in this thing, it's going to come out in your words. They're going to feel that from you. Okay. So do not invite someone to coaching, to this business, if it hasn't changed your life yet. And if it hasn't changed your life yet, you need to reevaluate where you are. Are you showing up every day? Are you doing your workouts? Have you got yourself insane results? And that's not just physical, okay? Have you completely shifted that switch from being that mean girl, from whatever it is that's your thing, switching that up? So coming over to the second one, you can see this is a work in progress. And then I also have not, I suppose I should put this. Oh, look at all these tabs. Okay. All right. Thanks for your patience, guys. I'm really good at talking to myself. All right. There's a timer over here as well if you want to keep track. I do plan on implementing this in my life because I want to work short, efficient hours. I don't want to be sitting at my desk for 10 hours a day and only have 2 efficient hours of work done. So implementing that piece as well, but I haven't done that yet. I don't even know what all these buttons do. This just came out on the 28th of January, guys. Yeah, you ready to go? All right, this is my favorite tab. Stay in this tab forever. And I actually haven't even updated it lately. So I usually post at about 7 or 8. So I got that post all ready to go. And then, initiating and responding to my likes. It's still going through that today. But this is kind of the bread and butter. And this is the biggest piece in the paper BAT, business activity tracker BAT as well. Initiate connections and expand your network. This has been so powerful to me. A couple of things. Put the connection, put the community or the connection back in social media. All right. We were so so driven on using this as our business that we forget that the purpose of this platform, of this business, is to connect with people. And not just people, but your people. You have people. If you don't feel like you have people yet, reach out to me. Let's find your people. Figure out your avatar. Like I mentioned earlier, I was a very self-critical person, meant I was critical of everybody else. Lucky me. So I had to work through that just to allow myself to sign up. And now I have to work through helping other people work through that. All right. But every time I do it, I get better and better at it. I start to know more and more of the triggers, the switches, and the help and the tools. Okay. Invite people to join a bod group or learn about coaching. Have a coaching sneak peek every single week or every single month minimum if you want to grow your business like crazy every single week. I'm working on that, especially with how creative we can be on social media nowadays. Coach live, sneak peeks, they're so great. So inviting to join a bod group. If you don't have a bod group up yet, set a bod group up, even if you're just going to use it for you and your mom, just to start practicing in that platform. If you're still stuck on your Facebook, perfect, go ahead. It was very easy for me. I made a poll in my Facebook group, asked them where they would rather be, and they'd rather be off of Facebook. My people were kind of starting to get sick of that comparison game on social media. Again, they're not coaches yet. They don't understand that you are in control of what your social media does for you. It can fill you up or it can bring you down. You control that by a simple follow and unfollow button. All right, I think I'm getting a little long here. Follow up with people you've invited. So this means you have to come up with some kind of a system. If you're a paper person, there's so many easy systems. So if you're a paper person, you could just sit here and every single person you invite with, you could write their name on a piece of paper, you cut it in half, and then every single name on a list. And then every day you go in and you just start following up. Okay. There's that option. There is putting notes in your phone. There's doing saved categories on Instagram, saved folders. That's what I meant. There's the Rise Up Planner that has client lists or hot lists. There's so many different tools and options. Find what works for you. Do a social media post showcasing the benefits of the healthy lifestyle or a call to action. Call to action every single day at minimum. If it's the beginning of the month, 3 times a day. Put a call to action in your stories. Put a call to action in your post. Put a call to action anywhere that works for you. Put it on your Snapchat. I've had so many, so I don't know about you guys, but I just like only had 5 people on my Snapchat. I just went and approved them all the other day. 4 new people following me, commenting on my foods, doing this. I'm not super active on Snapchat, but it opened the door for them to find me on Instagram, which is where I'm active, where I focus my business. So kind of getting creative about where you're going to showcase this stuff and share it everywhere. Connect your Instagram to your Facebook. Even if you don't even have a Facebook, open one up. Let's go. All right. I'm getting crazy. Update Instagram and Facebook throughout the day. Minimum, I would say 10 times you're popping in and out, and treating your stories as your a life in the day, but really health or fitness coaching specific, and then using like your real life as like the commercial break in between. So in the mornings I'm sharing a workout, I'm sharing a workout, and then after that I'm sharing the dogs and I playing outside, and then after that we're going back to, oh, I just did a coach sneak peek and I'm sharing about that. After that, maybe I am, what do I do for activities here? Oh, I have a child hanging out with Jonathan. Yes. So I'm hanging out with Jonathan, right? Doing these kind of things. And then I'm showing my shake and what ashwagandha is, how it helped battle depression. It can help, such so forth. And responding to all new client likes, comments, or views. Really connecting every single day. I do remember when I was inconsistent, I would pop. So every day you pop into your stories and you see the same people, right? And you're kind of either always engaging, watching their stories, engaging. So you keep being at the top of theirs. Make sure at the first of the month, you're inviting every single person who's watching your story. And then throughout the month, anybody new, so that you don't want to ever open your story to see who views it and you're surprised. Like, how many new people? Like, it's just a few people every day might be new, as long as you're initiating connections and expanding your network. It shouldn't be a whole overwhelming group because you have been building that. Last and best tab. So working on yourself is the easiest tab. Connecting and inviting is the hardest tab, but the most necessary tab, right? Getting people results is the best tab. The reason that you will stay in the business when you want to quit, when you have somebody messaging you saying, I thought I was alone. I did not know I was the only one. You waking up inspires me. I ate a salad today. You inspire me. I cut out soda. I'm chasing my kids around. I am so excited for what's to come. I've never invested in myself in my life, and now I'm doing a personal development book and meditating for myself every single day because of you. Like, this is real life stuff. So whether you're a critical Crystal in the beginning of this whole journey and you still are that critical, like, is this even worth it? You haven't had any of these conversations yet. Because once you do, they blow your freaking mind, and they literally, they put humanity back in your soul. Like, they just kind of humble everything down, and it just really brings you back. So I don't know how I got off on that. Oh, getting people results. There we go. I'm like, where was I? So getting people results, contributing to your challenge group. Do it immediately after you work out. Don't, even if you work out at 8 p.m., you're doing it at 8 p.m. If you work out at 5 a.m., which many do, if you're a morning person, doing it at 5 a.m. Don't forget. I always forget to check in. How the F do you forget to check in when it's your group that you're running? Like, stay consistent and stay with your vision. You cannot expect your clients and challengers to get results if they don't show up every day. They will not show up every day if you forget to share a sweaty selfie or whatever it is, a funny gift, anything that you have there. So contributing, and then commenting and replying to everybody messaging. In the beginning, that'll just be 1 or 2 people, and after a while, that'll be 5 to 10 people. Just keep slowly growing. Recognize achievement. Anything you want your challengers to do again, recognize it. If somebody showed up to their first workout, recognize it. You want them to show up again. If somebody shared one of their workouts on stories, post it, share it, recognize it. You want that to happen again. They're literally doing the coaching steps without even knowing it. You're helping them step into their role of inspiration. Following up with new Shakeology users. This one has been a big struggle for me as well. And I'm just really excited to kind of have this focus to really get there and make sure that I'm supporting them, because so many people will be like, oh, I had it with water, I don't like it. Well, that makes sense. Nobody really does with water. Some people do, like Adam, he's a barbarian. But like, even starting, so when I have new challengers start up, I write down what their flavor is. I have a tab with flavors and like fun recipes. And it's not even a tab, it's a notes. It's a notes in my phone that says chocolate vegan, almond milk, coconut extract, and coconut shavings, and I'm, whatever their flavor is, I'm sending them 2 or 3 flavors right over to text message the day they get their package. So when they sign up, kind of being very upfront with what you expect. You expect them to reply to your welcome email. You expect them to show up daily. And if they're not showing up daily, you expect them to tell you why. And then you let them know that once they get their package, their challenge pack, message you, because you're so excited and you want to see, like, talk to them about it. Say, I'll walk you through it. And just when they message you, say, awesome. First things first, pull that bag of Shaco out. Here's your first recipe. Go make it in the kitchen. And then responding to questions from customers and coaches. And something also to use here is when a coach asks you, so say, for example, I can't find the 3-week yoga refresh. I can't find the 3-week refresh program. Easy. I take my phone, I open up Beachbody On Demand, I record a video of me going to it, and then I share it in my entire team page. I don't just message it to that person. If somebody asks a question, somebody else might have it. And once it's in that team page, if somebody else asks, tag them in that page. It creates engagement. It moves people going through. All right. Getting a little long-winded here. I think we're about done. And if you check all these boxes off and you do not feel successful, go back to the last tab. Do more personal development. Do more engagement with yourself. Sometimes it's just about sitting and meditating on how goddamn successful you are, because you have everything that you need. Right here, all these things, this is literally what the top 10 coaches use. This is it, you guys. This is the tools that you need. And National Makeup Call today, she mentioned all these 4 steps: the vital behaviors, being proof the product works, connecting and inviting, getting people results, and doing personal engagement. The 4 vitals plus you with your courage is literally what can take you either to top #1 coach in the network or keep you exactly where you are. You get to be that decision. You get to decide. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I know there's not any questions, but just know that I'm so happy that you stumbled upon this call, that you're here taking the time to do this work. I am so proud to even be a ripple in your journey, whatever that is, coaching, discount coach, client, whatever that is. I'm so freaking proud to be a part of your journey. So now go and throw rocks in that water and just ripple it out. Share it with everybody that you can, because it changes lives and it can change your life. Bye, you guys. I get all like odd when I get super deep and into it. I'm just like, it's still me, that critical girl, not letting herself push through. So know that we're growing every single day, babes.